Hello, today we're going to do a walkthrough of Spitfire's new sample library called Tape Synths in conjunction with BlackForm.ms, pushing the magic of tape to the new limits. So we're going to do a full-blown walkthrough, go through all the sounds and kind of see what this package is really made of. It's literally finished downloading on my screen like 5 minutes ago, so I haven't even opened it up. I haven't even looked at it. I'm really intrigued to see how it sounds. What really got me is these ideas of textures. Recently I've been doing a lot of video game ambient sort of library music stuff, and this really tickled my fancy. So immerse yourself in the tape-drenched world of the artist BlackForm.ms with the vast collection of mind-bending, dreamlike sounds and unpredictable multi-layered textures. It's that last little bit that really got me, dribbling with vintage analog warmth and nostalgia. The living, breathing machine of complex sonic metaphors that spans multiple genres. I'm more of a classical sort of composer, but I dabble in bits and bobs. At university, I studied acousmatic music, which is where this complex sonic bits kind of also intrigued me. So lots of synthesizers, lots of fun. The demos were gorgeous, and it's something a little bit different, something I have not really got in my collection. Bunch of presets, bunch of controls, and we're going to probably just jump in. You can read this at your own leisure, but £49, $49, 49 euros. I've already got it open. Let's not beat around the bush and kind of get started. So literally all I did was open it up and test the audio. So I've not actually properly listened or looked at anything. So when you open it up, you instantly got a pad called Aged. What do we got when we actually click here? So your different waveforms, dark, bright, FM, lo-fi, pads. Nice. We've got a lot of stuff to really play with and kind of work our way through. We'll go from the top to the bottom. Our basic controls. What do we have here? Let's click on it. So we've got reverb, attack, decay, sustain, release, start point. Pretty basic stuff. The start point is just shifting, combining with the, okay, cuts further into the note. Interesting. A little bit of reverb there. Dynamic, moving between multiple layers of varying process, including cassette, tape, and granular. That's the bit I'm really intrigued out. And this is probably just, yeah, your volume knob. Okay. Pretty simple. Let's jump right in. Play a chord, play some sounds, mess around with our mod wheel and see what happens. Let's start from the bottom and let's turn our reverb off. I believe, yeah, you can change your reverb here as well. Church balcony. That's funky. All right, no reverb at all, right at the bottom. I love that granularness. Quite hard to achieve. There's some really nice plugins. When I was working at acousmatic music, it's granular synthesis is something we did a lot, and it's not saying it's not easy to do, but some of the plugins can be quite expensive to create such a great effect, especially such great sonic stereo effect. And this is 50 quid, and already the quality, I love just that stereo kind of in your face right at the top there. We've got no reverb on, so with some reverb that's going to create some great space, but that's actually extremely inspiring and beautiful. And I've got a Moog grandmother sitting right next to me right over there. It's monophonic, and to actually create some beautiful stereo sounds, some complex sounds, you know, it takes a bit of twiddling, a bit of fiddling, and if I'm honest, I love that experience. I love that journey. But when you need something quick and out of the box, this is already blowing my mind, and we're only on the first patch. We're going to stick with the reverb that's already in it. We're just going to stick it halfway, and oh, I love that dynamic. Going through those layers, so unique and different. Let's just have a bit more fun. You gotta be really gentle to your mod wheel there. Because you can quite easily skip through some really nice layers. That would sit really nicely below some orchestral works, I think. I almost prefer that dry. Attack, I want a little bit of what? Attack, sustain. I always like a little, ooh, wow. Nice bit of K, attack. Okay, let's do something like that. Move it further. More attack. So really every dot here you're getting some really unique gradual changes, and I actually really like that middle ground right there. We have a bit of that granular but a nice cassette-y, tapey sort of sound. Start point, let's just shove it right at the back, see what happens. Wow, you really notice a difference there. A whole different sound. That's brilliant and a lot of fun, and I'm not gonna lie, I could sit here and play that patch all day, but we're not gonna do that. Analog square pad, let's move on. Ooh, little information. Wavy square pad with bright layers, a warm lo-fi pad with granular and distorted layers. Okay. Analog square pad. We've got our usual bits and bobs. Let's start off, hit a chord and see what happens. You really have a lot of sounds right there. Church organ comes right in there. Wow, a lot of nostalgia. It's really like a classic sci-fi-ish. That's so much fun. I like that low note. You get that really womp 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 womp. still playing that. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. There's so much just with one patch you could do. I love that almost horror-esque, sci-fi, mysterious space sort of vibe. That's slightly out of tune, veering in and out. Gorgeous, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Starting point. What happens if we completely change it? Let's at least have the starting sound. Alright, that's that. Let's do that. Fun with this library. So that's Analog Square Pad's Broken Sine, a soft low sine wave pad. A lot softer, and let's really mess with our really starting to notice a pattern. I'm really loving this little bit here where you get that little bit of granular that adds just that bit of movement, but you still have that lush long notes that really create this quiet, complex texture that's really nice and light, that creates a nice amount of movement. Right there, you've got a one shot for some background game music. That's almost perfect. A lot of fun with that. Okay, we're going to have to move through these quite quickly now because I realized there's a lot to get through. Of course, you have so many different reverbs. Just want to try church far and make sure that's actually turned up so it's doing something. It's subtle. I'm finding I'd expected it a bit more from the reverb, but that's fine. Let's move on. Bucket Brigade, a mysterious lo-fi sideband. Okay. Getting Subnautica vibes. Machinery and underwater. Ooh. there's a lot going on under the hood here. You can tell there's so much complexity. I'm not feeling like any one-shot shotgun. It's such an evolving, almost Evo Grid-like textures where everything just is constantly moving and shifting, and you press a new note and something different happens, even though sometimes you're not really moving much other than time and physical notes. There's so much subtlety. And just the stereo feels right there. You've got that underlying layer that follows both sides, but then you have those granular little bits, and wow. Let's just try a starting point. Yeah, I kind of like that smooth attack, actually. Bucket Brigade. Okay, rotating. Heavily taped process pads. Oh, wow. We have so much to get through. Rotating. Probably going to have to go a bit quicker. There's the rotating one. That's heavily processed. Heavily tape process pad. Okay. Bright and heavy pad. Hazy pad. Ooh. Magnet haze. Getting a lot of underwater vibes, spacey, watery sort of vibes with this library. Noisy sine, heavily tape processed sine wave. Okay, simple enough. I like kind of the distorted bit there. And how simple that actually is. They haven't done too much, like, it's so simple yet so complex. And you really do get a sense of that analog sound. Definitely heavily processed. You really get that tape. Lush. Really nice sound. FM motion. Really messing with the octaves there. It is what it says on the tin. It's a lot of motion. At the beginning I was just pressing 2 notes and you're getting all these different octaves and stuff, so you can definitely create a thick texture very fast with that. FM motion, sine, wobble. Wobble? I guess it's going to be a wobbly sine wave. unsettling sine wave pad with a major 7th overtone. Okay, so that was with a 5th. Okay, makes sense. So this is going to be more horror-esque. I love that static fizz. Isn't that just a flashback to I don't know how many video games when you're those murky sort of woods and you're literally, there's literally a chord held almost like this as you're wandering through the biome, and then as you move on to the next area. And it just gets crazier and crazier. Ooh, I'm loving that tape distortion there. Ooh, I could tell I'm gonna have so much fun with this library. It's such a pad. It's what you want your pads to be, evolving, and just constant motion, constant fun, inspiration. Sine warble, triangle overtones, triangle pad with granular layers. Ah, perfect. Exactly what I want to hear. I love it. You always start off with that simple sound, that simple triangle with a bit of tape distortion, and then it just develops into this beautiful concoction of textures and sound. Absolutely amazing. Triangle overtones. So now we're moving into our keys. So that's all the pads, and I'm sure you can mess around with the tact. You could do so much with those, and even within each pad, you could just put the dynamic, the mod wheel at certain points to have completely unique sounds. Keys, this is going to be more the fun bits. Then we have some arps, and then we have some presets from the man himself, who I have no idea who he is. Sorry if that offends anybody. Keys, analog saw, wavy analog saw, wave key. Okay, I'm guessing this is more. Definitely got that gorgeous tape distortion on there, and of course you can create something. So this is more of a playable, so I'm guessing they're going to be a lot less, well, paddy, all those textures. This is going to be more your playable stuff. Analog square keys, wavy analog square with granular layers. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice. was wrong. That's really nice. I like the spatialization. I like how some things are set back, forward, left, right. They've really thought about these spatially. Yeah, that's a really fun one. Degraded sine, nice and simple sine wave keys. I'm sure it's simple. I bet you it's not. I love the tape on that. You get it. There's so much you can do with that. Again, this is a really nice solo instrument on top, that lonely, almost wasteland sort of sound. And then it develops into something a little bit thicker. And then you have almost this accompaniment just suddenly overtaking. And you have all the accompaniment there. Lovely and simple. That's more than a simple sine wave. Okay, circular square. Nice and simple square wave key. Okay. Ooh, I love the glitchy sort of sound that comes with that. Again, a range of sounds that you can fade between to create more motion and texture. And they're very smooth. You really do need a decent fader though, or a steady hand, just to really take your time working your way through those different layers, because there's some very drastic changes. Circle, square, so definitely a decent fader. Dark fifths, dark keys with overtone. Okay, let's have some fun. That sweet spot with the distortion and that tape. I don't know how to put it into words, just that crispy analog sound you get. I'm enjoying that. Okay, evolving FM bass keys with lots of interesting granular layers. Okay, this is gonna be crazy, I bet. look at that fader and look at the sound difference. Lot going on there. There is a lot going on there, and really you can pick and choose your sound, because literally one sound, different sound there. You got so like 4 or 5 different, like uniquely different sounds that you can really fade between there. Distorted squares, 80s influence wavy square keys. Okay. Yep. Thick textures. And I love how it can go from such a thin texture to such a thick texture. Oh, that is fun. Distorted squares, analog, confusion. Nice lo-fi keys with distorted top there. I'm not using reverb at all for any of these so far, but there's so much complexion within the sound. You have things that are right in your face, and you have things that are far back, far left, far right. Do you really need reverb? I quite like the simplicity of this one. That one is really more of a key and be a bit more expressive. Analog confusion, bounce tape, bright keys with a fun random delay. Okay. So you've really got to take your time. Could be really nice when you're trying to do a rhythmic section, just underlining everything. I'm just intrigued to see how this one actually sounds with reverb quickly. That'd be gorgeous, and especially for a complex rhythmic section, just to really add some bouncy, random tones. Timbre, multi-tonal keys with the 5th, and octave. Okay. feeling this will work really well with Spitfire's Kepler, especially if you really want to work on complex rhythmic pieces or Steve Reich sort of style-esque. That's a fun one, that. Again, I love how it goes from this quite central, beautiful little sound to this very full, texture. Unsolved. Let's read the blurb. Distorted and spooky keys. Okay. About spooky. I don't know about spooky, but it's a lot. There's a lot there. There's a lot going on. There's a lot you could do with that. It's a lot of fun. And remember, we really are just kind of rushing through these super lo-fi keys with loose pitch bend and fifth overtone. I love the use of pitch bend action in a lot of these. Okay. Very Ripley. That's unique, actually. I love especially the different effect of hitting the note. You can either have this quite laid back or this quite forward, almost delay between the two as well. Lovely. Now we're moving on to our ups. That was our keys, pads. If I'm honest, I know it said pad and keys, but even the keys are quite paddy. They're not as uniquely different, but all the sounds are 100% unique and a lot of fun, as you can hear. So if you've made it this far, ARP. Okay, ARP's coarse texture, hectic pad, reverse-like effects. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Kidding about the hectic. almost debating its usage. I don't know, you could probably get creative with that, but I'm wondering when I'd actually use this. I guess under some haptic, I could, but not my favourite patch so far. Broken octaves, probably quite literally. Slow and distorted evolving octave pad, okay. As RP as I was expecting them to be. More paddy than RP, in my opinion. Expanding grains, fun and fast filtered synth with crazy grain delay. It's gorgeous. They're quite sharp but nice. But I wouldn't say it. Not as RP as it's more pad, but I really do like that. I love the sharp stereo-ness about it. Expanding grains, amp glitch. I'm expecting more of a proper ARP. Just pads with a lot more movement. Not to say that the sounds are bad, they're brilliant, but not what I would call RP. Or not what I'd expect to be. Arpeggios. Okay, reverse chaotic ARP with a reverse effect and fifth tones. Okay. Right, let's do a chord. Actually really like that. That's a great effect for a radio, especially if you're doing some or a scene that's in reverse. I'm getting a lot of video game vibes from a lot of these, and it's a bit of fun there, a lot of fun there. Chaos, okay. Soft art with tremolo-like delays. That's more like an ARP. That sounds more like a chord with a lot of delays on it. Interesting. Know what I expect from the ARPs. Favorite so far has definitely been the pads. The keys are still some absolutely gorgeous. The degraded sine, love that. Now we have our presets. I 100% I'm not going to go through all of these in this video because that's a lot. I'm going to pick some at random. We'll go through a couple and then we'll end the video, but I guess that really is the majority. That's the bread and butter, I guess, we've kind of gone through. And these are just some, I guess, presets he's made. So Ancient Broadcast, that looks like fun. Okay, and let's see what happens. I keep forgetting to put that at the bottom. Again, beautiful. We're definitely getting a very ambient sort of library here. Style, Born of Darkness, Bouncy Ball. The names are just kind of fun to read as well. CRT Live, Cute Pluck. See, that's more of an ARP. I like that top little glitchy bit you get. Really nice. There's some really neat little tricks in here, and it's a really interesting bag of tricks, especially if you're not too familiar with synthesizers and can't be bothered to go through that process. I know even within Logic, you have some great synthesizers that, you know, as I'm going through this, I can already hear some similarities. It's not quite the same quality, and you definitely don't have that sort of beautiful tape saturation that you get with this plugin, but there's definitely synthesizers in Logic that can do something similar. Of course, not the same, but I'm sure if you've got a little bit of skill, you can quite easily recreate some of these yourself. But for an out of the box, something to really play with, to just, you need, you know, a quick fix for a video game, I'm seeing some absolute gems in here, and I'm looking forward to playing around with this a bit more, but we're gonna leave it there. If you'd like another video going through all the presets, please let me know. I hope I've gone through enough really to kind of just show what this library can do. We've gone through a lot of the sounds, messed with the fader a bit. A lot of fun. Really had a lot of fun playing with this, and this was out the box. I had not touched this before. Of course, if you want to really narrow it down to what waveform you want, or bright, dark, FM, lo-fi, you can just click that and it will really break it down for you as well. So there's that button to play with as well. And of course, layering this, having a bit of fun. There's all the reverbs up there as well. You can mess with the attack to get the, you know, the ADS, the ADSR and definitely notice a difference with the start point. That's an interesting add-on as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough, and like, subscribe if you've gone this far, and of course, as always, I will see you in the next video.